Hello everyone, and thanks for connecting with us. I hope everyone is getting me loud and clear.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm Shweta, working as a IT head in Clavax. It's my honor to present you a wider view about selecting a right CMS for your business. Let's start, and feel free to stop if you have any query or question, and we'll have question answer session at the end as well. So today's webinar, something like what is the right CMS, or how we select a right CMS for our business. Before going to the deep discussion about the selecting the right CMS, I would say let's discuss what is CMS actually. Apart from covering up the CMS, I would also cover some more additional features like, what are the challenges coming in our way in day-to-day life in terms of managing the content of the website. The next, for short, we will cover up what is the editorial processes and how we can manage our website content in more creative manner. The next topic would be delivery options. What are the different delivery options we have to publish our content on the website and get more benefits from the content itself? And the last but not the least is the digital ecosystem. What are the different channels where we publish our website to get our users to be more engaged with our website content? These are few topics I'll cover in today's webinar. So the question comes into the mind: what is the CMS? What is the right CMS? What CMS will best fit to our organization? What are the different features? So the selection process is something very tricky. You don't have a deeper understanding of CMS, you won't be able to choose a particular or right CMS for your business, which will really help you to grow your business in each and every aspect in the 360 view of the business planning. So let's start to discuss, what is CMS? The content management system is a self-descriptive terms, but I would say there are n number of widened things it is covering nowadays. It's just not the limiting to the content management things, but there are other wings also they are covering, which will be helping us to make the content in a more efficient and vibrant way, so that user will be more in an engaging prospect, user will be more engaged to our website. If I'll talk about the technicality point of view, then of course there are two portions of the content management. One is front end, where you will actually see the content. The visitor will see the different contents coming into the website. I would not say the front end is only to the websites, but there could be different things like newsletters, forum, blogs. These all are coming into the front end application. The back end is something from where the non-technical users will edit the content, manage the content, the different contributors, the graphical users, the creative contributors. They build the website content in such a manner so that it would be efficient in terms of more user engagement. So this is what the CMS. Now, what is the trend running right now? If I'll talk about a few decades back, so the content management was very limited to the predefined pages, maybe share some images, the lengthy textual content. But this is not the case in today's era. We have have different kind of things like personalization, the smart display of content, the different channels, the digital ecosystem, which will really make very efficient or easy to reach out with your user, your target customer. So trends are really changing now, and the digital media is really doing very well. So the CMS has also changed. They are not covering only the content of the website. Nowadays they started using those content, the footfall. They really use the data, the contact management, how the users are visiting your website, what activities they are doing. So each and everything is maintained and captured through the smart CMS stuffs, so that we can utilize those data in order to take more future business decisions. We can make business plans according to those data. um, if we are talking about the CMS, then of course we have some expectations, like what CMS provide to us, why we are using CMS. We have some other stuff. Why don't we go for CMS only? So here are some expectations from the user point of view. Okay, so there are online marketing, workflow, multilingual, access control, document management, microsites. What are these features are? These are few features available in the market with the CMS, where we have n number of other facilities. So I would say, if let's take an example, we have one client who is okay, who is like looking for the security and the e-commerce stuff, but at the same time they wanted to publish their website for the multi regions. They wanted to publish their website in China, and in South Africa, in US, in UK, then in France. So what they gonna do? They're gonna use the multilingual feature on the priority basis. So this is like depends on the requirement, which features we are really looking for our business. There is one client who is really dealing with the advertising stuffs, so they will the online marketing, advertising management, newsletter, contact management, polls. So these are some features which are very good features, I would say, but at the same time, depends on the requirement. So what is the business requirement, so that we can grab those features and make utilize to uh, efficiently present our content to the website. Okay, we are talking about CMS, we are talking about content, but do we really know how these content add values to our business, or I would say, when they will add the values to the business? This is the next question comes to the mind. So let's discuss what is content. See, nowadays content are not the legacy static, largely textual stuffs. No. It is like widen their wings. Now there are rich media. There is a dynamic environment. Rich media, I would say, is a very fantastic uh, option with the CMS, like streaming videos. There is another example, downloaded applets or programs that really interacts instantly with the users, and ads that changes when the user's mouse passes over it. So that is not interacting with the users dynamically, but at the same time it is giving you a more interactive way to speak your content with the users. Like I have heard, a picture speaks 1,000 words. If you've given some 1,000 lines to read to someone, they will get bored. Okay, what is this? I don't want to read those 1,000 lines. So there is an image, and in today's days, even the image is speaking itself. So this is rich media. Then comes the dynamic environment. We will say, okay, dynamic environment, it is something like we are editing something from the back end and it will dynamically represent into the website. A big no. The definitions changed now. The dynamic environment is something like, okay, let's take an example. If a user comes to the website, they search for, let's suppose, they search for the Toyota Tundra truck. So in the next second, your website is like, no, okay, what kind of user this is, what it is, what this user is interested on. So immediately they render the different ads in the website relating to the Toyota. Okay, website now knows you are interested in the Toyota brand, so they will display the content, relative content on the fly in a dynamic environment. So these are the definitions of content nowadays. It really widened their wings, and it's categorized in a more detailed way. So by these few of the features, what we are describing content now will really help us to engage our customers with our website. And of course, if we are engaging our customer, then customers will get some interesting points in the website, and that would be really helpful for the business. Okay, we know what is content, how they have upgraded itself, but do we know where we will publish it? Do we know how we will manage it? Okay, so web is the platform where we will publish our content. Doesn't matter it is dynamic or it is long textual or what kind of content, but we have some platform which is called website, where we can publish our content. There could be a single website, there could be a collection of websites. Let's suppose there is some small company, they don't want to invest, or they don't want to go with more details, so they have a single website. They are managing their content with a single website. But if we will talk about from mid to large size of companies, they can make use of collection of websites. Now the collection of websites also, there are two types of collections. One is microsites, other is multilingual site. As I've already shared, if someone wanted to publish their content on a different region with the different languages, they can always use the multilingual websites. But if let's take an example, we have some set of products which is working really efficiently in some climate, but it is not working very efficiently in some other climate. Like if we will go far, Canada, west region, then we can say, okay, the climate is different. If we will go from top to down in US regions, so we will say, okay, there is some coastal area, so there are the different climates. So and at the same time, if we'll change the country, we'll change the region, the climate, and everything is different from country to country. So there are some certain set of products which are really efficiently working in some environment, in some climate, but they don't, or they won't work into the other environment. So we have a set of products which we don't need to, or we don't require to display all the list of products to every region. So we will create the microsites where we will focus only those product lists which are really beneficial for those regions. So there are two kind of collection of websites. Next platform is mobile applications and the native applications. So some programs are really working on some certain set of hardware, or maybe some set of platform. So we also have targeting programs, or content publishing options to reach to the user more easily. Now, how we will manage the CMS, or how we will manage our content? So there are two different criteria. One is basic and one is advanced. So with basic CMS, we will always see, okay, with the SEO purpose, we can go with the navigations and link management, because sometimes we really want to make our URLs so much efficient, so that it will work efficiently with the SEO stuff. So, and at the same time, we also want to show different URLs for the same page. Okay, so we will use the navigation and link management. Next is documents and multimedia. Of course, documents are there. Documents is the base of the content of the website. Asset management, there are different assets, images, videos, which is really integrating with the content in a very efficient way with the help of CMS. Search capabilities, I would say, if I remember, past few years back, in yesteryears, the search was the burden for any company or any developer to develop and for the company to manage it, because it's a long way to program, and but you won't be confirm, okay, that we have developed the search but that will work efficiently. But nowadays we have a smart search. It's just kind of plug and play. We just need to decide on which table, which data, which column we need to display the content in the search, and it's just one or two click away. So search is very efficient nowadays. Next is SEO best practices. I would say like metadata. We have like very user friendly forms available in the CMSs, where you can always edit your content, which will support your SEO for not only for one single, but each and every pages you have an option to update the metadata, which will help in the SEO stuff. If we will go back to the advanced CMS, like there are n number of features available, but I wanted to target few of them, which I think it's really important for any size organization, from small to any size. One is editorial review and approval. It is very challenges. It is one of the like biggest challenge. If we are working in a multi environment, there are n number of people handling the content of the website, but they don't keep track, because they don't have some certain process. Okay, someone is building one page, it is publishing to the website without any approval, or maybe very very limited options of approvals. But here with CMS, we have workflow. With the workflow, we can always have a n number of steps implement in publishing process of the pages, where we can always send those pages for approval to the concerned person. And once he will approve, then either he can directly publish it, or he can send back to that person, okay, I have given this approval, you can go ahead and publish this website. The workflow is the very advanced feature, and which is very efficient as well to manage and handle the different contents of the website in multi-user or multi-editor environment. Authorized access. Why I will give full access to everyone? No, there is no need. We can always restrict some user to see some other portion of the website which is irrelevant to that person maybe. So limited access to given to particular editors is really beneficial, because what set of users having those user roles and the access, so you can always track those maybe mistakes or maybe anything from the authorized access option. Revision control is something you have track of all the changes of the particular page. You can always go back and see who has done what, or who has done what changes to that particular page, when he has made changes. So everything is in the revision control. The next is the online marketing services. Oh my god, this is really interesting part of advanced CMS. We have n number of features. We have AV testing, we have multivariant testing, we have content personalization, we have email marketing, we have marketing automation. These are few, I can just count it on my fingers, but there are other features who like which are doing really well in the market, and it is helping out to reach out more people with more people, and with like it is also useful to engage more users to the website. So this is the few ways and features which is really moving the CMS to as a recent target, which is really enhancing the CMS experience with the user, and it is really beneficial for the users to get along with these features. The time comes when you really think, okay, what are the key points which will help us to choose the CMS? The number one is contributing content. If you think your need is just to manage the content, you can see, okay, this is like my requirement. Next is delivering content. If you really think the delivering options would be needed for my organization, so we can think in that way, and we can choose the CMS who is really dealing good with the delivering options. The third is sustaining the digital ecosystem, which means how our content is weaving to the different channels, so that it is more easily reach out to the different users. As I already described, the contributing content, you can always add modifies content, you can develop and manage the website, manage multiple websites, like the web content management platform is there. They always focus on the business purpose. They always provide the purpose built tools and other supporting services as well. What are the tools which are really contributing in order to manage your content? So the very first is the administrating dashboard. You always need some nice dashboard, so that it will help you to decide, okay, what is on the priority basis, what are like important things which you need to do. Everything you wanted to place in one place, which is like dashboard. See, these are the different options or quick links available in the dashboard, so that it will be always beneficial or always useful or easy to maintain and easy to go to the particular pages. All the time these dashboards are like customizable. You can always shuffle your things, like nowadays, if this option is not so much on priority, so you can always drag and drop to the bottom portion, and all important links should come up like right in the front of the dashboard. Some dashboards allow you to add gadgets from random stuff. So you can search whatever you want, you can add it to your dashboard. So dashboards are the place where you'll really get the quick links of your all the necessary and important stuffs. Multilingual capabilities. As I've already described what is multilingual capabilities, here I wanted to show you some example how we can manage the multiple website or multilingual website. See, this website is published in 8 to 9 different cultures. So once we will shuffle between these cultures, or we will select the different regions, the content will automatically change to that particular region. If I'll change from UK or United Kingdom to Chinese, it will just change everything to the Chinese language, whatever set or what are the available content to the Chinese China or Chinese language. Same with the France. If you want to show some content in French region, so we have everything converted to French language. So these are some very much efficient way to manage the multilingual website. Next is library services. Library services are like where you can put all your libraries at one place. You don't need to go and search to different folders. Okay, where we put the JavaScript files, where we kept our jQuery files, where we kept our images. No, they all are placed at one place. You just need to go and simply click a single click. You will find everything placed at one place. Next is editorial workflow. This is like workflow I've already mentioned. You have a different set of activities set in the different steps. so that your user will use, or user will experience that particular workflow when they actually goes and update the content. Like these are few example of the workflows. The multi-regional publishing approval workflow, if I'll take an example. So with this workflow and with the steps, with the help of different steps of this workflow, we can always like track down, and we can always go for approval stuffs. Let's suppose an editor is sitting in the France, he is editing some UK culture content. So the workflow allow us to update anything, but it will always send the notification to that particular owner of the page. Okay, something has been changed, so this user has made some changes into your page. Go ahead, approve it, and make it live if you think it's correct. So these kind of workflows we can always implement. This is totally customized, so it is not like default workflow, but we can go ahead, we can define the actions, we can define the macro rules, and just this will be activated for your documents. Next is like beyond static text images, which is very simple and basic stuff. We can always have the media library. We can save our videos, we can save our PDF files, we can save our PPT files all in one place where it is very easily manageable. Descriptive metadata. This is something very interesting. Like I already shared it. The metadata is very much important for any of the website, from where we can always track down, or we can always change the metadata of the particular page, which will be really beneficial for the SEO stuff. CMS allows us to set the metadata for each and every document. See, with each and every document, you will find the metadata options or form where you can set the title, description, keywords, even tags. Tags are very important nowadays. You can tag your page with different keywords, and it is very like helpful when user is searching something. So metadata is one of the advanced feature, and which is like very helpful for SEO purpose. Assembling content from multiple sources is something very general or basic. Like we can have a CDN setup, we can put our images to some else places and we have content in different place, so that it will help the site to load faster. So this is like another way of managing our content from the multiple sources. We have contents, we have already learned how to manage our content, but do we know how to deliver the content? This is also like depends on the requirement. Like, okay, I wanted to publish the information only. I don't want to go with the some other online marketing, e-commerce. Okay, go ahead, you have CMS, you publish your content in, maybe you can target to the some particular audience, or of course you can publish it into the multi region, but at the back end it is tightly coupled with your CMS, which is like very easily manageable. Task oriented interactive environment, enterprise portal, e-commerce. If that is the required stuff, you can go ahead with the e-commerce stuff. Enterprise portal is something where you will get everything: online marketing, e-commerce, CMS, intranet, everything is there. Now the next is producing digital experience. Do we really think about digital experience? Are we really taking consideration of those multi-channel displaying thing? Are we really need to get and collect those data, the user activity, the user footfalls, so that with those data we're gonna make some decision for our future business plan? Yes, we want. Then we can go ahead with the digital experiences, where we can have the relevant, like responsive design, or maybe mobile apps. The different personalization content depends on the user activity on the website. So these are some key features or key I would say the points where you can decide, okay, which features are really needed for our business, and we can go ahead with that direction, and we don't need to go in the other direction. So these are few relative contents which will really help to decide which CMS is benefit for our business. Tools for delivering content is quite simple. There are templates. There are what you see, what you get, editor, rich media objects, support for mobility, responsive design, contextual, native versus mobile apps, personalization. We have registration. We have social logins. We have cookies. We have A/B testing. We have multivariant testing. We have content personalization. We can gather all the information and we can analyze the data. We can track the results. Okay, what user is really want from our website. So on those activity we can analyze our website, we can see our footfalls, we can track the user visits, we can do everything which will help to grow our business. The next is like we really need to sustain in the digital ecosystem. Yes, this is like very trendy stuff. So these are few features which you can sustain in the multi-channel, or you can sustain in the competition. I would say the competition is like more tough. So if you are using these smart devices, you are using these smart features, you will be sustaining longer, I would say. So one of the feature is online marketing, and what are the best practices. Like I've already mentioned four points: A/B testing, multivariant. All these things are very efficiently using by our existing customer, which are really helping them to grow their business. The footfall is growing, the turnover is rising. So these are few features which is really helping out them to grow their business. Okay, now we have website, we know how to manage content, we have CMS solutions, but do we know what are the hosting solution is like really beneficial? Yes, there are two different kind of hosting solution. One is on premises, which is like legacy kind of hosting option. But nowadays the cloud hosting is very much trendy. Yes, once you will go with the cloud, you don't need to think about all these options which is written over there, which you really need to think when we'll go for the on premises option. Hardware, software, backup, upgrades, oh my god, all these things I need to take care. No, a big no nowadays. The cloud is taking care each and everything by itself. You just plug and play everything. The website, the load balancing, the different kind of scaling. If your footfall grows, how to scale your website to efficiently work, how to make it faster to load. So everything is handled automatically on cloud. It's just kind of plug and play. So these are the two hosting solutions. It's is like in the market. One is like very much trendy, other is the legacy one. Of course, if we are talking this much about CMS, they can cost us like something. There are different kind of fees and cost, which is like in a trend, like licensing fee, annual fee, professional services, internal hosted solution, and of course your time. You will be the person who will decide, okay, which CMS is suitable for your business and how much you can invest on it. So of course these are some factors which will really affect on the cost estimation of the CMS. There are different kind of option, or I would say the two different categories of CMSs are available all the time. One is open source, which is free, but I would say there are some features which is not available very efficiently, which are available with the commercial stuffs. So with commercial, we have Kentico, we have API server, Equa, Adobe AEM, those are doing really good in market. There are other options as well, but these are few options doing really well in the market nowadays and are on very much trendy stuff. And we are also the partners with Kentico, API server, all those Adobe AEM. We are a partner of with these commercials also, and we have a quite rich experience working on these CMSs as well. So this is all from the technical point of view. I hope I tried to cover each and every aspect of the CMS part, and I hope it will help you guys to make the plan, to make the decisions which CMS will work for you. We can definitely have another, we can definitely arrange another webinar if you guys really think on a particular CMS like Kentico API server. So I would say, Al, it's now over to you so that you can discuss or share with us more about the Clavax. So over to you, Al. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Yeah, thank you very much. You did a nice job.
Thank you. Thanks. Al, is over to you, Al, now.
Yes, thank you very much, Sweta. So, guys, this is a great educational overview. I hope that you have a good sense of the various levels of support that Clavax provide, whether it be open source or commercialized products. We can help integrate those solutions into your environment quite easily. What I'd like to do is I'd like to reach out to you, each one of you individually, and get an idea of specifically what areas of CMS are most troubling for you today. And to Sweta's point, what we can do is we can have a return session where maybe individualize a return session where we really hone in and focus in on your specific requirements rather than look at just the kind of overall aspect of CMS from one level to the most advanced levels. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Al, this was really good. I was wondering, I want to share this with my Chief Operating Officer, so if you could send me over the presentation material, that'd be great. And I appreciate the presentation.
Definitely. I'll get that out to you today. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to mention one more thing over here. If you guys have any kind of question, queries, you can ask it at the end of the session, or you can always email us so that we can directly give you the answers for your specific queries, and which will really
thank you very much.
Yeah, which will really help you to grow your business. Yeah.
Yeah. This is really informative. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Al, I have a couple of questions here. This is Sean here.
Okay.
One of my questions is that how many of these CMS systems, whether open source or commercial, have a multi-layer search engines? When I mean multi-layer search engine, I'm talking about a search layer on the top, and then a recommendation layer, and then a broadcast layer. You know, so typically what I'm talking about is that the search engine understands your search behaviors. You know, specifically are looking for content, and then preempt, something like what Google search does, preempt what you're looking for. So as you interact with the system more and more, it learns by itself and is able to personalize your content even before, reduce the number of steps which you take to get to a particular content.
So you're talking about advanced analytics then?
I'm talking more about advanced search out there, and systems which have probably built-in machine learning
Yes,
capabilities?
I got your question, Sean. Yeah. The artificial intelligence, or I would say in a more generic term, the predictive search. So once the user is
Mm-hmm.
start typing, let's suppose
Mm-hmm.
Kentico. So if user is pressing KE, so it's already
Mm-hmm.
started giving you the few option. Okay, you might be looking for this. You might be looking for KEA, KEAB,
Mm-hmm.
KEABC.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the machine learning is also there. We have implemented these kind of features in a couple of website search implementation with a smart and effective way. So yes, it is always there, so that it will like intelligently understand what user is really looking for.
Okay. Okay.
I hope I
Um,
hope I answered your question.
yeah, on that one, yes. My next question is on uh, do you know of any of these CMS systems which use in-memory computing? You know, so loading various contents from various locations and bringing it all in memory so that some of the content can be streamed to other users at any point of time.
Yes. Another, I would say again, it's a good question. So we have API server and Kentico, which really uses the cache stuff very efficiently. It loads
Uh
the heavy contents into its memory, so that in the next
huh.
run, when user return to the website, it will just
Uh-huh.
display all the content on the website. So instead of interacting directly to the database,
Uh-huh.
it fetch the content from the memory, so that it will be help to load the content in a faster way. Yes.
Okay. What about content which is sitting in a data lake? You know, and a three-tiered architecture where you have a data lake, then you have a data warehouse, you have data mart and visualization tools. If you want your content manager directly having access to the data lake at the bottom, is that something which is possible?
Yes, answer to that question is, we will always refresh the memory cache stuff. We can schedule a task so that it will always refresh in a certain interval of time, so that you will always
Mm-hmm.
get the latest content instead of showing the old contents which is stored in the memory.
Okay. Okay. My last question is about metadata. Okay. Is
Sure.
there are there systems where I'm giving you an example of a large enterprise, let's say a disparate enterprise, you know, which is just has multiple acquisitions and multiple companies in an M&A situation, right? So
Mm-hmm.
each of them have their own disparate situation and data and content sources, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does your content management have the ability to automatically pull, instead of pulling data, automatically pull metadata from different sources and and create a easily viewable metadata repository where you can see all the different data. Doesn't matter what the system is, whether it's a relational database, a NoSQL database, whether it's a whether it's a backend of a visualization tool like Tableau or whatever, or SharePoint or whatever it may be, you know, and be able to view the metadata in a single, in kind of a single page where business users can create their own structured content without having to go to IT, you know, and say, generate this report or generate this dashboard or whatever it may be.
Okay, this one is like again the class question, the quality question you asked me. Since
Mm-hmm.
CMS is giving us the option to handle the metadata, like you can, if you can see my screen, so we have a
Mm-hmm.
page title, description, keywords, tags, even tags. So
Mm-hmm.
this is associated with each page available into the website. So if we
Mm-hmm.
have multiple websites, so everything
Mm-hmm.
will go back to the different websites. We can have different
Mm-hmm.
pages which will again have the different metadata option available with page. But yes, if you want to integrate other third-party items, so we can always go with the custom metadata handling, which is a part of development.
Okay.
Yes. So, the CMS is giving us the flexibility whether we want to use its own metadata option, or we can go for the customization of the pages so that it will take the metadata description, whatever source we are looking to display it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, I think you did. Of course, you're referring mainly to websites and web pages. I was also interested in knowing if about content, like documents, reports, other things which are also part of content management, right? Not just stuff which is only displayed on the web, right? And whether there's an ability to access the metadata of all that content, irrespective of whether it's from a web page or a database or a document repository, whatever it may be.
Okay. So let's suppose at some places we also have the option to export the content. So once you are exporting the content of the, like, maybe it could be in a form of Word file, maybe Excel sheet. So the metadata associated with that particular page will also be exported with the downloaded version of the file as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think that kind of answers my question.
Okay.
Sean, what we can do is I'll reach out to you after this session, and perhaps we can sit down and have a deep dive discussion, and then get Sweetly involved. Okay?
Yeah, sure. That'll be good.
Take that as a one-off. Okay. All right, guys. So I know that we've taken up a considerable amount of your time. We had originally thought about having the session limited to 30 minutes, so I do appreciate the fact that you spent far more time than that with us. What I'd like to do is I'll send out the presentation to each one of you so that you'll have that in hand, and then, like I said, I'll reach out to you individually and see where we go from there. Okay?
Sounds great. Thank you, Al.
Hey, Al. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys for participating. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.